and welcome into SportsSource.tv for our overtime segment today. We've spent a lot of time, maybe 30, 40 seconds, trying to block this thing out, so it should be a good one for you as we do it on the fly. But I do want to mention the overtime segment brought to you every week right here on the website by Jinx Logos. And if we go to the wide shot here, you see the guy standing there, but also Jinx Logos right there on my monitor. You see their number. They do a tremendous job. If you ever have mugs or golf shirts or T-shirts, anything you want to hand out with your company's logo on it, Jinx Logos can build it for you. They can get it done for you. Top quality items at the best prices I've ever seen. Literally. That's no exaggeration. Get in touch with Jinx Logos. All right. As you saw a second ago, we have Mike Stowell, we have J.J. Surlas, we even have Will Overstreet, if you'll step in there a little bit. There's Will Overstreet,
Will. All right.
just dropping in. He's not even mic'd up. We've practiced this, maybe half a time? So, Mike Stowell, I'm turning it over to you to talk a little bit about Tennessee's offensive line, the troubles they had with twists and stunts and the mental games that were thrown at them this year.
Yeah, if you look at Tennessee's offensive line, they did a pretty good job when Josh Dobbs came in against Alabama, South Carolina, and against Kentucky, and they did a really good job protecting him. He was able to scramble. Where he started to show vulnerabilities in the young offensive line, Missouri came in, some very good defensive tackles and defensive ends. They started running a twist game. Vanderbilt saw that film. They did the exact same thing. Watch for the Iowa team. They've got two great defensive tackles up front to run those twist games. And when you run a twist game, what happens is if this is a center and this is your left guard, your left tackle, what they try and do is these games, this tackle will try and catch him off and pin this left tackle. This guard should be blocking him, and then this end will come free. And because of that, it gets your offensive linemen on different levels. And by doing different levels, it really allows them to get that defensive end to get a free shot on Joshua Dobbs. We saw a lot of that in the last two games that Tennessee played. And what happens is an offensive line, especially the younger guys, they're very hesitant. They don't know to react, to see it quickly, and make that quick change. So what does an offensive lineman need to do to fix that? Well, it comes down with repetition, but it also comes down with some experience. So if I can get Will to come in here and step in real quick. So Will is my defensive tackle. If I'm the left tackle, JJ's my left guard. Will wants to try and get us on different levels so that I get picked off by this defensive end coming around. So if JJ's going to block Will's shooting through. If I'm a tackle and I'm set and then I go to make a move, I'm actually picked off by Will. Mm-hmm. That end comes around. JJ's still occupied by him. He can't get off, and that guy comes around free, gets a straight shot running right at Josh Dobbs. What Tennessee needs to do here is the offensive lineman, that left guard has to set firm and really keep Will from getting blocked in. And if I'm a left tackle and I notice that this defensive end is not rushing hard, the first thing I do is I go attack him, and I go attack him hard, and I actually try and collapse that. JJ feels me coming in. He feels that natural pressure. He comes off and picks it up. Your left tackle or your right tackle, if they're hesitant, they sit and they don't move their feet and react quickly, that gets you on different levels. That allows that defensive end to come looping around. It takes a lot of reps. It takes a lot of work to recognize that. See if Tennessee gets better at that over the last couple of weeks of bowl preparation to notify that. I guarantee you I was going to run it. They're going to try and get those linemen on different levels to get the shots on Dobbs. If they pick it up, Dobbs has time to find his open receivers. He has the ability then also to feel the natural presence of the pocket. And if he has to scramble, he does with time. That's what Tennessee needs to do. Hopefully they'll pick it up.
Excellent. Good job. And thanks to Will Overstreet, who you can catch, by the way, later this year. Great job, Will. Thank you. Not good enough for me to give you a check, but good enough for you to stop by. We appreciate that. Will, you can catch later tonight on 6 Sports Sunday. He and Sterling Hinton will be joining Michael Spencer at 11:35 Sunday night. If you're watching this later in the week, you've missed it. But Sunday night, they will be on Channel 6 tonight. Mike and JJ, as former linemen, one offensive, one defensive. Mike, I talked to you through during the season, but you haven't been on the show. Just give me your thoughts on watching the offensive line this year. Two different perspectives from both of you, but give me your thoughts on watching that offensive line. First, Mike, as an offensive lineman yourself, how tough? I mean, I don't know that people ever understood just how difficult it is with 5 guys who haven't played. That's a real challenge.
It's a big challenge, but more importantly, you're in the SEC, and you think about it. You're coming in, you're a young guy that's not played a lot of reps. or you're a junior or a senior that's not played a lot of reps because you haven't been able to work yourself into rotation. You've been changed around with your coaching. I think they've done a pretty good job. The thing I want to see is how they progress between this season and next season, because you're going to see more things that are going to get naturally aware of it. It's a lot easier to be a defensive lineman and come in and pin your ears back and chase somebody. As an offensive lineman, there's so many technical things involved to it that you're 17, 18 years old and you're going against a 21-year-old man that's in the SEC that next year is going to get millions of dollars for playing in the NFL. That's a world of difference, and I think that's where they've struggled. Let's see if they improve.
And JJ, one thing that Will Overstreet's talked about on our show, she's on Bradley's talked about it on our show, as a defensive lineman, you know this as well. When you're a guy that's a junior or a senior over there going against a freshman on an offense, or a guy that hasn't played before in the offensive line, you got tricks in the bag that he's never seen.
You do. I mean, we could, that's like the drill Mike just showed here was chip, or tackle can chip for an end. It's just a quick grab. I just tug his shirt, turn him just a little bit, and he's out of position then. That helps. It helps tons. Also, this bowl practice they're doing right now is huge. These 2 or 3 weeks right here, these guys should be able to fix a lot of this stuff. You got time to watch film and whatnot, so I think it'll make a huge difference too.
Always great to have these former Vols with us. Mike Stowell, JJ Surlas, Will Overstreet, who'll be back with us next Sunday for our bowl review show. We hope to see you then right here on SportsSource.tv and at 11 a.m. next Sunday on WATE. Until then, thank you and have a safe and happy New Year's.